Part 8. You encourage men and women who are kind and compassionate and don't fit in. You don't allow people to talk bad about them behind their back, either to you or around you, and they want to call all you people the cowards because you're getting aggressive in return and standing up to the bullies. No, they are the cowards. You're not the coward, they are the cowards. You guys are not the cowards, they are the cowards. I don't care who they are. People who act like this are cowards. You're probably like me. You've probably been standing up to bullies your whole entire life. You're probably a person who stands up for what's right. You probably stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves. Now, obviously, once you get to your mid to late 20s and onwards, you only stand up for those who stand up for themselves. And by the time you get to your late 20s, you only stand up for those who stand up for themselves and stand for what you stand for. This aversion to conflict as a result of wanting to be the complete opposite of our predecessors has caused the pendulum to go to the opposite side, which is also toxic. It's called codependency and kissing your oppressor's ass. It's called siding with and agreeing with and having laughs with the loudmouth who threatens people. It doesn't matter what age they are, or if it's a he or a she, what ethnicity they are. If they are making a lot of noise and are acting tough and threatening people, these people have been siding with this person, whether he or she is right or not. And they want to put on the big act as if they're the virtuous person who is so holy and virtuous, who's incapable of any hate or anger or bitterness or malice, and then turn around and gang up on you because you said through your attitude, your energy, your words and your actions that, hey, I'm not going to put up with that shit. And the consequences that you're now facing is because of what you've said to and about me and what you've done to me. I'm not the one. And you are right. You are not the one, because you are not a coward. You are a strong and a capable human being who has fortitude. And yes, you do care. You may not care about what these idiots say or do, but you do care about the opinions and the actions of the right people. And you do care about where your life is going. But these idiots, these cowards, they want to call you a coward and act as if they are the bigger person or bigger people. But really, they're just too scared to stand up for themselves, and they want to align themselves with that loudmouth bully who likes to try and throw his weight around. Try, because you won't let him. They won't let him or her, but you don't let him or her. So they side with them because they are afraid of them and would rather team up on you. Make it 7-on-1, 10-on-1. Cowards. This has been a part of my life and has been coming and going since kindergarten. And that's probably always been the same way with you. But you always stood up for yourself once you'd had enough. But now, just like me, you stand up for yourself very, very quickly, and they don't have it in them to do that. Probably never did. You guys are awesome. You guys are brave and courageous. You're the type of friends that I want. Able to laugh, able to have fun, able to find the humor in the challenges we face. Men and women who love ritual, routine, and controlled spontaneity, as well as spur of the moment spontaneity. Rituals such as meditation, prayer, chanting, worship, alone time, peace time, time for reading physical books or listening to audiobooks. Routines such as doing some kind of physical workout every day, study the same topics every day, learn something new every day, and say hello and be polite to their Uber drivers when they need to take one. And they continue the conversation if they feel the energy and actually get along, are friendly and great people that they meet. Unless, of course, you don't like them. Controlled spontaneity, like this weekend I heard this concert or sports event or seminar or whatever it is happening. Shall we go? as well as spur of the moment spontaneity. Hey, look at that. Let's go here. What's that over there? Things like that. Also, responsibility is key. They take responsibility for what's theirs to be responsible for. Nothing more, nothing less. You're honest. You genuinely want what's best for your friends. You genuinely want what's best for them. And you know how to have a good time. Whatever age you are, young or old, or someone around my age. God bless you, ma'am. God bless you, sir. It's chapter 6 complete. 5 more chapters to go, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 10 pages left. Millennials, the generation focused on focus on self-awareness. Chapter 7 of 11, hookup culture. I am proud of myself for being able to say that I have only slept with and penetrated 2 women. It's a deep down pride because God knows my whole entire life that I have been hammered with the pressures of society to hook up with multiple women as much as I can. And although I have kissed, bumped and grind, and had sleepovers, some of which were my friends at the time, some of which I was attracted to, sleepovers, some of which I was trying to hook up with, I have only sexually penetrated 2 women. But for a few years I felt a lot of shame around that because it was, and it still is, pushed by the media that in order to be a man you need to sleep with and have sex with as much women as possible. Also, women are heavily influenced by social status as well as financial status when it comes to attracting and selecting sexual partners. The reason why I didn't have sex until I was 28 years old and I hadn't had sex with my previous partners was because of my strict religious upbringing. And even though those who birthed me and raised me stopped attending church when I was 15 years old, I continued to follow Jesus, read the Bible every day, pray it every day, and shared what I viewed as God's word every day, and I feared that I would go to hell and suffer in a lake of fire, and that the woman/girl that I lost my virginity to, if I hadn't waited until marriage, would go through the same. The hookup culture has destroyed many of our modern women. I mean, yeah, they had a lot more options than the swinger generations, but the more men that women sleep with, the less stronger their emotional bond will be. The weaker the emotional bond with the men she gets with. This is what various women have told me. I've had them talk down to me, but at church or other settings where I was well known, they would be much more friendly. Often would take the time to have a meal with me. Someone would every week, whether they were older, younger, or the same age. However, nothing sexual happened with these women, and I was usually told that God has someone else for them. And I needed to keep following God, and He would bless me with the right woman at the right time. Some of the ones that I was close to ended up with criminal-affiliated men, whilst other females went around the block sexually, or they had serious partnerships, or God had someone else for them and someone else for me. However, I did dump my first girlfriend that lasted for more than 3 months at the age of 16 years old because I failed year 11 back in 2004, and I thought that if I didn't graduate high school then I couldn't go and apply for jobs at the bakery or whatever. I was told that through my whole entire life. Not because it was true, but because our parents only cared about image, how others would perceive them. They never cared about us. Not all parents, but if you're listening to this, if you're still reading this, this is probably the same thing for you, for all of us that this applies to. Alright,